Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hergendurgen Fergens. I don't know, we were talking about Scandinavian stuff for all of like 5 seconds. I'm going back to my roots.
We should make Swedish meatballs someday.
No, we shouldn't. I don't like meatballs. In fact, I don't like Swedish food in the slightest. The last time I was even around like major amounts of Swedish food, I got so ill I was up the entire night throwing up.
What is Swedish food?
Lutefisk. It's a lot of like pickled fish and nonsense like that. Ow.
I love fish, but I can't imagine.
I mean, they've got a lot of
fish.
other stuff, and I'm misrepresenting Swedish food fairly substantially, but like whenever I go home for Christmas, for example, they will have a lot of traditional Swedish food because I don't know, it's tradition to eat that. And I was upstairs, and I was feeling fine. And, I was talking to relatives, and after a certain point, I was like, I have to go. And went downstairs, laid down, and threw up everywhere.
Laid down and throw up?
Like,
why didn't you go to the bathroom?
Well, the thing is, I was, like, dozing. Holy balls, that does a lot of damage. Ow.
Did that just knock off almost all your health?
Yep.
Crazy chimera, sheesh.
You know what? I'll just go back to my usual... Well, it died. I didn't see it die, but it died.
Hey, look! It's a glittering rose next to a grave.
It's a nice touch.
It's sparkling, too.
I was kind of hoping we could grab it or something. That might have to do with, like, a side quest that we don't know about. Either way. But, no, I had the foresight to, like, have a trash can, but it was one of those where I was, like, falling asleep. And I was just like, alright, maybe I feel okay, I'll just take a little bit of a nap. And the next thing I knew, I was just throwing up all over everywhere.
Oh, I don't want to imagine that.
Yeah, you've been lucky. Every single Christmas, more or less since then, I've actually been largely healthy, but my usual tendency is to get absolutely, like, terribly ill as soon as Christmas rolls around.
Well, we've never spent a Christmas together, unfortunately.
Oh, we spent close enough for New Year's, but it was like a week. It's usually a week or like a couple days of me being sick and my mother being sick and my brother being sick. Usually it's my brother, my dad, and I. My mother usually gets it like a month later and way worse than any of us.
I tend to get sick at the end of fall or spring.
I mean, I guess we got pretty ill around Thanksgiving, which was something.
Well, right.
Compelling commentary talking about all the times we've been sick in recent memory.
Well, they were talking about food.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, lutefisk is, like, the worst food in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's literally fish that's been put in a barrel to pickle for months. Ow.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of, what's that traditional drink or something? 100-year eggnog or...
Ugh. I don't know.
I don't know if it's really packaged for 100 years or something, but...
There's also, like, egg salad and fruit salad and whatever, which is, like, 50% mayonnaise. I know you don't care for the show, but one of the characters, Marshall, the, like, big, tall, kind of funky-looking guy that was also in the Muppets, his, like, character's backstory is he's also from Minnesota. How I Met Your Mother. Sorry. I forgot to mention that. But so, his character's from Minnesota, and they actually lampoon it pretty solidly. Like, they were talking about how they made the fruit salad, and it was like 50% mayonnaise and raisins and, like, jelly beans and crap, and it's like, that's a little unrealistic, but I can totally see the basis for it. Ow, I'm on fire.
Ew.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
It actually took me until going over to Minnesota with your family to actually, force myself to eat pasta salads. I typically avoid pasta salads at a lot of get-togethers, but I figured that I'd have to eat something.
I largely avoid it. It's not exactly healthy. None of that food was particularly healthy.
What do they put in it? Is it some sort of cream or...?
It's mayonnaise.
It really is just mayonnaise.
It's mayonnaise. It is gross. Speaking of not mayonnaise, I would like to have ice cream soon. We should have that ice cream.
Yep.
Summon some zombies for me so I can... Oh, that's a zombie right there that he summoned on me that I was walking straight inside. Because the way you get magic back in this game is... Oh man, he is almost dead. There we go. Yeah, you get magic back by hitting things, or waiting, and I'm not a patient person, but he was not summoning enough zombies for me to wail on. Okay, so we actually have a branch here, which is confusing. Man, these backgrounds are good. There we go. See, those guys... Dust, stop staring at the Chimera's tits. It's freaky.
Wait, what?
You know my joke that Dust only levels up when he sees boobs, considering his penchant for doing so? Way back in the, like, beginning of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Well?
I don't know if it was female.
I mean, it's got long hair. And, you know, thighs. I'm saying it's a bit of a stretch. I mean, he leveled up at the sight of, like, old man tits, too, so... Ow. I'm glad I have...
Creepy.
I am so creepy right now. I'm in, like, 3010% creep mode right now.
Oh, there's a banner of some sort.
Yeah. I'm not sure which way is the right way to go. Oh, this is one of those, like, challenge map things.
Nope.
Which I will be doing... nope, not dealing with you, goodbye. Yeah. So that's something I will deal with probably either off camera or we'll do a special episode where we just kind of talk over me playing it, because I don't know.
Yeah, but back to food. I still have to say that I really like Thai and Indian.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that I could probably eat more Thai than Indian.
Yeah, Indian food's one of those, like, you eat it 1 week and you're like, okay, I'm good for the next month. Then you come back... Ow. You come
back what?
I'm so... hold on.
Harry?
There we go. It takes a little bit of focus to get the timing right, because unfortunately I've got either really fast reflexes or I'm a bit hasty. I think it's a bit of both, but...
It's not the right timing, you say?
You... Never is. So I've actually eaten all of my mysterious wall chicken.
I think this is interesting construction, having... What do you call them? Those little sort of side rooms or pavilions? Sort of off on the side. Elevated off the ground without necessarily having a lower base structure.
Yeah. More hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Your transact. Thank you.
Speaking of hot dogs, I love white hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
And it's interesting because all of all the friends from out of town that aren't from upstate New York have no idea what white hot dogs are. They're
I went the wrong way. What's over here?
To Rochester.
Got it. I think I missed one of the notes in the second house, so I'll have to go back and nab that at some point.
Really? You missed a note?
Yeah, I forgot to go left. He is freaky looking. I bet that's the master of the house. And we have to wail on him at some point.
I figured that Cain was probably long dead.
Yeah, probably.
And his spirit's just been twisted by his own... malevolence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Malevolence is a good word. Malice is a pretty good word, but malevolence has it beat hands down.
Yes.
Even though they mean largely the same thing. Okay, I'm supposed to fall here. Good. Ow, my nose itches so much. Ooh, key.
Well, it's interesting because you have malevolent and then you have benevolent.
Ooh, this is freaky looking.
Mm-hmm. What item was that?
It's a brooch. I assume it's supposed to be a brooch, but brooch is B-R-O-A-C-H, probably.
Well, no. To broach is to sort of like impinge on one's space.
Well,
a brooch is a gemstone that you pin onto.
I don't really pay that much attention to jewelry, I'll be honest.
So, You were thinking of I broached the question as opposed to a brooch.
Broach the subject, yeah. I don't know. Oh, okay, it brings me back into the house. I was trying to figure out how to get back. Ooh, treasure chest. So, at this point we have 3 out of 4, I believe, of the things.
Of the items? Yeah.
Wall chicken, you so silly. No, wall chicken, no!
Wall chicken stuck in the wall.
Wall chicken, why?
Ooh. There's another chicken.
There's more wall chicken. Confusing. Because it did not come from a wall. I doubt its authenticity. It's like imitation wall chicken. A la ow. I need to know better than to do that.
I'm sorry I didn't make chicken tonight.
That's okay. I don't even remember what we ate for dinner. Oh right,
There's peanut butter and jelly.
I had leftover crazy stew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with leftover crazy stew.
Still hungry though. Ah.
Well, we will deal with it. I don't know how you're appetized though. We've been staring at corpses for the past like hour and a half.
Well, we've also been finding wall chicken and hot dogs and pretzels and
staring at zombies.
As far as I'm concerned, the zombies are more like walking mannequin things.
I guess they're still freaky looking in my opinion.
Well, they don't exist long enough to have, you know, enough time for further inspection since you tend to slice them up into bits.
I guess that's largely... Wait, hold on. Where's this go? Oh, wait, no, that's the way we came through originally. Thank you for blowing up all of your comrades.
Is that toilet paper?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, are you gonna read the page of that note?
Oh, yep. Hold on. Gotta collect the coinage. But yeah, I can find that. Where is it? Quests. Notes. Servant's Note 3. The other 3 estates in the meadow have been emptied. Whether Master Kane and that general had anything to do with it, I will never know. The master hardly even comes out of his office anymore. Sometimes I think I can hear him crying. Other times I hear a mad shouting. Things being smashed and knocked over. But he never lets me in. What's happening in this house? There's a... Oh, here we go.
I mean, I suppose he could be overcome by madness or something else.
There we go. That's exactly what I needed that to do. Probably mostly overcome by madness. Probably also overcome by many other things.
Well, it makes me wonder what her relation is to that guy.
Chorus? Oh, yeah. You know what? She could be the servant. Because she said my, it didn't necessarily mean husband or son or anything like that.
The master. Okay, so not my master is...
Yeah. Yeah, so my bet is she's actually the servant that wrote all these notes. Because she said none of the monsters here would ever harm her, meaning that she's clearly not the master. Meaning that whomever these zombies were probably knew her in life.
Oh. That does make sense.
And why she would be acquainted with these, you know, unhallowed halls. And stuff like that. So, that's my bet. Oh, it's you again. See...
It's a parry.
It's harder than it looks. There we go.
Yep.
But when you parry them, man, do they go down fast, because I start doing like 2,000 damage. Which is nuts. I'm surprised it didn't teleport us back to Korra. Oh well. It's pretty easy to get back. I should save, though, before anything terrible happens to me. So, it is interesting that we're only, what, 30-something% done with this game?
Yeah. It must be fairly expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I bet a large amount of it is also... I should probably kill you. Ow.
Oh, hey. So while we're on the topic of game trends, you know how we were discussing zombies before?
Yeah.
The role of a mini sidekick. That's something that's fairly prevalent.
sidekicking is definitely more prevalent nowadays than it used to be, you know, over the past 5
the
years.
sidekick or the guide that talks to you from like a radio transceiver or something.
Yeah, well, it gives your character an extra dynamic that they wouldn't normally have, especially because we've discussed the whole thing of, like, you have the character... I'm flying really high in the sky.
The character can't be an island unto themselves.
Well, the character can't be the island unto themselves, but also, if you're going to have the character portray the player, you better have somebody else to do the major heavy lifting as far as the talking goes. And so in this one, he's not a silent protagonist, but take, you know, Master Chief and Cortana. Cortana's largely the talkative one. Master Chief kind of just goes and does. And admittedly, he does actually end up having a bit of a personality. Mm-hmm. Cortana's the one that largely has more of one.
Navi was more of a hint giver and target this.
Yeah, she was largely an uninteresting character. She had no personality, no development, no nothing.
Well, they never really discussed what fairies do before being paired with Kokiri and
Yeah.
who she was as an individual.
They never even talked about, like, who she was supposed to be paired... Aw, nuts.
Actually, I was playing Ocarina of Time again, and I don't even recall it being a big thing when Navi was given to Link, because supposedly he was the only one that was uninitiated and didn't have his own fairy.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if I were going to milk that for a story purpose, I would have at some point come out that, like, you know, she was somebody else's fairy that died or went evil or something. And admittedly, that story is largely barren due to time and whatever constraints.
I thought that in Navi's case, maybe she was really picky and hadn't chosen any of the Kokiri, but eventually the Great Deku-True's like, you must be with this boy.
That could be, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it would just... I guess my first thing would be cliche and could possibly ruin the dynamic, but largely there was no interpersonal interaction between the two. Like, in this one, people have had probably an undue amount of hatred for Fidget.
I think she's cute.
But her voice isn't nearly as annoying as I thought it was going to be, which is my main thing, because if she had a really annoying voice, I'd have issues with it, but as it stands, it's kind of annoying, but it's like the endearing kind, and you don't really get tired of her jokes, because they don't constantly shove it down your throat. Like, if she was always making comments at this point, it would be really frustrating, and I don't think I would like it.
I don't like the characters that talk during combat.
Plus
and
1 regen.
else.
Plus 2 regen.
Looking at amulets and such.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. This one, Coward's Pendant, increases my luck, increases my regen, but halves the amount of damage I do. That's stupid. We'll go with that one. Because I largely haven't messed with the stuff in my inventory at all. Mainly because I haven't really seen the need to min-max my equipment in this game. Because I seem to do pretty darn fine on my own. Though, it looks like having extra damage seems to be helping out a substantial amount.
I don't like the ones that look like they just have nothing above their chest cavity.
Yeah, they're a little freaky looking. Where am I even going? I'm going back to Korra, right?
Do you have all
I have
4
to go down.
pieces? No.
No, but... Oh. I level up. I need to put it in health. Well, the last one's up over here. Yep, so it's a ways away. Because I've cleared out everything else.
So are you missing one of the note pages or one of the items, or no?
Yeah, I might not be. Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
Because, unless we get a 5th, and then I'm going to be missing one. So, my nose. My nose is so itchy.
I suppose we'll get to the entrance.
Yeah, we probably should have done a jump cut, going back to the path we were going to go on, but, ow, she hurts. But anyway, we will go get some munchies and crunchies, and then we will see you guys on the next episode of Dust, an Elysian Tale. No nonsense this time, just straight up slashing. And hacking, I guess. And zombies. I really do hope this is like the only area that we run into the zombies for. I think it is. which is going to be nice.
Probably. At least it has variation of
Ow.
creatures, because unlike Amalur, where you just have the same creatures, not even recolored for a new climate.
Yeah, no, if you don't watch that series, all of the monsters in Dust are the same, no matter what area you are in. So in this one, you would have those more or less Moblin knockoffs and the Troll knockoffs and whatever. No matter if you're in the Creepy Forest, the dungeon, the, underwater zone, deep underground, it would be the same stuff over and 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 over. And maybe they'd add like 1 or 2 new enemies, but it would be the same thing. It kind of sucks.
Even the bosses are getting a little repetitive.
Yep. I mean, they still have these like weird spiky slimy things, but you know what? I can deal with it. Anyway, we will see you guys on the next episode of Dust. I think I already said these things. I'm repeating myself. Ah.